Democrats in Congress, led in large part by Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, have been throwing all sorts of bizarre tantrums over President Donald Trump and Elon Musk looking to get to the bottom of government waste and fraud. It's no wonder that poll after poll, including the latest Quinnipiac University poll, show Democrats are facing record lows in their favorable to approval ratings. On Wednesday, Senate Democrats spoke to the press. Wow. Where the minority leader was fittingly confronted about what Musk is finding out and what Democrats are crying about. A reporter asked this simple question: what about wasteful spending in the government that needs to be cut? Specifically, if senators agree with Doge in that sense, which resulted in quite the bizarre response from Chuck Schumer. He says this. He says, well, of course there's wasteful spending. First of all, I'm sorry, he says, of course there's some wasteful spending. I have a lot of problem with that sentence. Of course? Of course there's wasteful spending? No, no. That is exactly what we've been talking about this week. We've been talking about that we are just anesthetized to knowing that if federal government's involved, some of that money will be wasted. Some of that money will be pissed away. And we don't know where that money is. No one's going to tell us where that money is, but we've got a pretty good idea where that money is. We got a pretty good idea. I don't know. This, AOC is screaming and yelling about that her published net worth is nowhere near that amount. I think the published net worth was $20 million. You make $174,000 a year, which is pretty good money. Pretty good money. But now you have a net worth of 20 million. Okay, let's say this. Let's say that she doesn't have a net worth of $20 million. Let's say that she has a net worth of $5 million. 4 years in Congress, $174,000. Okay, so for those of you who are watching, especially when I send this link up and put it on LinkedIn, some of y'all are making this kind of money. If you're making $174,000, how long will it take you to accumulate $2 million? To have a net worth of $2 million? Are you going to buy a home? It's a $2 million home, if you can help it, or $5 million, which is a quarter of what they're reporting. That's a quarter of what they're reporting. 25% of what they're reporting. $5 million after 4 years on the job. So anyway, so of course, there's some wasteful spending. There's some, like Doge has found just one thing after the other. It's just this constant list of crap. Are you kidding? Of course, there's some. He continued this, but you don't use a meat axe to cut everything. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes there's a cancer, and the cancer must be removed. This idea now that they want everything to go through Congress, and they want to delve through each and every one and pick out the things they think are wasteful. Why do you think they want to do that? They want to do that to protect the money that's coming back to them, my opinion. And I think it's your opinion too. That's what it is. But first of all, none of us believe that process was ever going to happen. Schumer then spent the rest of his time lamenting supposed attacks against community health centers and Medicaid, claiming they tried to eliminate them. No, they didn't. As he again spoke out against his meat axe and cutting everything tactic. Plenty of users chimed in to react to the breaking 911 clip over on X to the tune of close to 2,000 responses. The few hours has been up. There's been noteworthy quoted posts as well. Well, if you know, Chuck Schumer, of course, there's some wasteful spending. Why haven't you done anything in the past 30 years? Why haven't you done anything? So what makes you think that you're going to now? It's the same thing all the time. The same gaslighting nonsense all the time. They first say it's not happening, and then they say it is happening, and it's a good thing actually. And then they say, you were right, and it's a bad thing that is happening, but I don't like how you're fixing it. Well, you weren't going to fix it. The IT guy tweets, actually, you do cut everything that's suspect, and then you put it back, and you put back anything that you really couldn't live without. You'll find out. If Schumer had ever worked in the private sector, he might understand how this works. And people will say, well, really, government's not a business. I know that's the problem. When you're not a business and you are charged to do business like things, you have a pending disaster, which unfortunately a lot of people suffer. The top Democrat made a fool of himself earlier today, just as he did yesterday by ranting and raving over X about billionaires. Senator Jeff Markey, Democrat from Oregon, went for the same talking point during that press conference. And Senator Brian Chance, Democrat from Hawaii, did so from the Senate floor. As a Democrat's X account also highlights, Schumer has spoken out against billionaires before in reference to Musk, though it's worth reminding himself among many Democrats photographed another billionaire. Let me help you. When they say that Musk is a billionaire and thus billionaires are bad, which is what they're saying. What about George and Alex Soros? They're billionaires. Oh, your billionaires are better than my billionaires. What? This is why it should be easier. It should be getting easier and easier to just ignore what the people are saying and just do the right thing. Schumer's claim from Wednesday that Democrats are fighting for you is particularly cringeworthy. The latest Quinnipiac poll found that congressional Democrats have the lowest approval rating they've had since the poll has asked this question, starting back in March of 2009. They're at just 22% approval, while 68% disapprove, with a strong plurality of fellow Democrats at 49% also disapprove. The Democrat leader is no strange to cringe, though. Earlier this month, he tried to lead chance against Musk. Did you see that? Did you see the geriatric Democrats? We'll fight. Really? Just days after that. He was also savage over social media for directing whistleblowers to use the Senate Democrats' website to share their concerns. So we can find you, and then you just call Hillary. She'll take care of you. She'll take care of you. My advice: there's going to be turbulence. There is going to be turbulence. Fine, fine. Let there be the turbulence. Fight through it. Hang on. Get your popcorn. Encourage your Congress critters, yours your senators, to continue to do the right thing. Support the president. Support the work of Doge. And don't stop and don't back off. Let there be no doubt that change is coming, not only to Washington, but to our country. My name is Will Austin. Thank you for showing up at the morning report. We appreciate you. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.
Welcome to the Morning Report, a production of fightbackmedia.com, the #1 source of urban conservative information in America.